Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today, we are going to take a fully spoilery look at Kaiju number 8, chapter 94. There is a lot in this chapter, partially because this is a joint chapter where two stories join. We have wrapped up a character development and world-building story arc with Vice Captain Hoshina in Kaiju number 10, with each of the main characters having defeated their Kaiju foes, except Mina, and that with that teleporting monolith. So now, we are going to be getting nitty-gritty spoilers for this chapter, and it is time I gave everyone a chance to click away, and use that time to go get themselves a copy of my book, Dying Embers, Dragons, Aliens, or Things That Go Boom in the Night, if you want to cry, and if you want to laugh, humans are weird, we took a vote. Now, shoo, you have been warned. All my books are available at Amazon. Baco is back, baby. The giant Lyger is in scene, solving the biggest problem that Mina was going to face in her battle with the weeping monolith. Note, I call Baco a Lyger, not a tiger. I do this for several very good reasons. The first of which is that Matsumoto is very good at anatomy and has shown a solid grasp of natural science. By overall body shape, mostly the fact that Baco is a nice, even, rectangular, solid body shape of a Lyger rather than the more streamlined, sleek form of a tiger, and has the more rounded head and ear positions. Baco looks far more like a Lyger than a pure-blooded tiger. Also, as I went on in great deal of detail in a previous video, lion genes carry the coding for cooperative hunting, something tiger genes do not. But, as I said, I already did a whole video on that. Mina's greatest weakness is mobility. That is why Hoshina is the perfect vice captain for her. Her second greatest weakness is Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, in combination with the massive action power her cannons blast out. Yes, the weapons can be designed to counter the force to some degree, but the smaller and more mobile a weapon is, the less it will be able to absorb or counter that reaction. You may have seen videos of battleships firing, and you will note that the entire battleship lunges in the opposite direction of the weapons that they fire. That's called blowback or kickback. Mina's 120-pound body is going to be tossed back in reaction to the massive kickback of her weapons every time she fires. The massive bulk of a Lyger, the largest cat known to modern science, makes a great third point of contact with the ground, allowing her to absorb the blow on 3 points rather than just 2. Now, we have all observed that Matsumoto has 2 levels of drawing anatomy and human motion. He has his average muscle work, which is still head and shoulders above the average shown in Jump artwork, and then he has the loving care that he puts into not every, but some of Hoshina's panels. Having drawn some myself, I understand this. There's a distinct difference in your inherent art ability between when you are just drawing something and when you are inspired. A novice like myself, it really shows. You can tell when I was drawing off of inspiration and when I was drawing just for practice. A true professional working at the peak of their performance has trained their hands to bring that average as close to possible as that inspiration point, for their bodies to be the perfect tool for their mind. But no matter how skilled most professionals are, you can usually tell the difference between their average and their inspired work. Matsumoto's inspiration point seems to come with muscular dynamic poses. For the most part, these panels of genius level art have been of Hoshina when he is moving, training, working. This chapter, however, that surge of genius comes with Mina and Baco in the final panel. Look at that woman's muscles. Look at them. You can see her leaning, balancing her weight to make Baco's burden the easiest to bear. And this panel feels like several panels. You can actually feel the movement. This is, of course, the famous Akira pose. Perhaps the inspiration, and you can clearly see in Matsumoto's lines, come from the fact that he was heavily inspired as a child by that famous Akira motorcycle scene. However it came, I spent several long moments just drinking in that panel. Look at her muscles. Look at them. Now, on to the rest of the chapter. So Matsumoto ends the Vice Captain Hoshina fight with an awesome walking away from the explosion scene for our favorite Vice Captain. right before letting Hoshina just collapse to the ground with Kaiju number 10, eagerly yelping for permission to fight the other Defense Force officers. To which Hoshina laughingly points out that give him a break, he can't even move his body at this point. Then we hop over a few mountains and get a look at the newly character developed Big Brother, and we get a wonderful peep at their relationship from his perspective, through his eyes. As is usual with Matsumoto, this scene is doing at least 3 things, if not more. First off, after it was revealed that Hoshina's perspective on their relationship was warped by his own pride and insecurities, this scene gives us the older brother's perspective on their relationship, which looks like it might be a bit warped too, and promises us future mutual character development between these two brothers down the line. Secondly, the scene gives us a feel for how this particular division, that's the Big Brother's division, and by extension the rest of the Defense Force, who are not main characters, staged around the country, is responding to the overwhelming force of Kaiju number 9's attack. Specifically, they're handling it. When Big Bro gets the announcement of a Dai Kaiju Hanjo breaking out, he just calmly accepts it and turns to deal with it, not seeming to think it's anything beyond his ability. Thirdly, this scene continues the pattern of the unusually blunt and honest relationships that exist between the captain-vice captain pairs. Every single pair we've seen, Mina and Hoshina, Old Man and Jin Narumi, the chronically drunk 4th Division captain and his vice captain, even Old Baldy and General Director Shinamaya, and now Big Bro and his vice captain, have a fascinating range of relationships. However, all of the relationships seem to circle around a core of respect and blunt honesty. Now, my source is the internet, so grain of salt and all that, but so far as I know, the dominant culture in Japan does not really lean towards subordinates who call out their superiors. In fact, this tendency is so rare, I have heard tell that some Japanese company deliberately hire an employee who is disagreeable enough to call out stupid ideas in management, and this position is named the designated American. For what that's worth. So, it is interesting, fascinating even, that every vice captain has had the moxie to call out their superiors in that specific way. Culturally, their behavior sticks out. The playful jabbing between Mina and Hoshina might have been an anomaly, given how close they are in age, but with Big Bro's vice captain calling him out on his nonsense, it's now a very deliberately set pattern, something Matsumoto wants us to see. One of the jobs of the vice captain is to call out the captain on their stupidity, and these vice captains that we have seen, well, they're very good at their jobs to say the least. But what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Is Matsumoto deliberately setting this respectful defiance up as something to be imitated, trying to change the culture? Was Matsumoto inspired by Akira? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Hit that like and subscribe button, and peace out, my wonderful viewers. Do you love awesome science fiction books? Of course you do. If you check out the links below the video, you can get yourself a copy of Comedy or Tragedy. Humans Are Weird. I have the data. Humans Are Weird. We took a vote, and Humans Are Weird, Let's Work It Out are the 3 comedy short story books available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo by Rakuten, Google Play. There's even some copies at Powell's Books, the famous used bookstore in Portland, Oregon. Dying Embers, dragons, aliens, and things that go boom in the night, and soon Flying Sparks, more dramatic traditional science fiction novels, are also available at Amazon. Flying Sparks is still on the pre-order page. If you want a copy, you can email me by contacting the website to pre-order yourself a copy. It's still being edited. So check out the links below the video to get yourself a copy of some wonderful science fiction.